All right, so first and foremost, I'd like to begin by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopefully elect. Right. So the title of this video will be "Let Go of Pride," or "We Cannot Have Pride." Something to that effect. Right. I haven't really hashed out the title yet, but it was inspired. So like, yeah. Let me D&D. But it was inspired by I have the Bible app on my phone that gives you like a daily verse every day. But the one that it brought out was Ezekiel 37:2. Or no, so like Ezekiel 37:5. And it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live," right? So the reason that I titled it the way I titled it is because, like it says, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is the ones that gives that breath into you. All right, he's the one that breathes, that breath of life into you. Because before, we were those dry bones, like it says in verse 4, right? We were dead, right? And even, going to if you go into Revelation 11, right, it also speaks about that, right? We were those dead bodies, right? We had no life, no chance, no breath, no understanding, no wisdom, no knowledge, no nothing, right? We were poor in the spirit and in the flesh, right? So that's why I titled this, "You Cannot Have Pride," because you didn't do anything of yourself, right? You were chosen, right? You didn't wake up one day and say, "I want this. I want to learn the truth. I want to. I now I can understand it for myself." No, like Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh had to give you the understanding. So to have pride and to think, you can participate in this truth whenever you feel like it, right? You're not like you're only on your time, you're on nobody else's. That's prideful, man. This is John 15, and this is, I don't even think this is really what I wanted. Oh yeah, it is. Kind of. John 15:16. I was looking at 19, but John 15:16, or I started 12. Right? It says, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you," right? Because Yahweh Shah, he laid down his life for his friends, man. He was crucified for his friends. But who are his friends? Or you can go to the scripture where it said his mother and his brother had sought to speak with him. He said, who are my brothers, who are my mothers? Those who do the will of the Father, man. So that's why he said, "Ye are my friends," right here in verse 14. "Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you." Those are the friends of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, right? Not just anybody. You got to be sincere, right? Verse 15 says, "Henceforth I call you not servants, for the soul knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you," man. But the point being, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, right? So you, again, going back to that pride, you cannot have pride. You can't think highly of yourself, because just as quickly as you were brought in, you can be taken out 10 times faster, right? You can be turned reprobate easily. It's all according to the will and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, not of you. You are nobody. You're just a vessel, right? You're just a vessel that Yahweh B'Shem. Matter of fact, because a way to kind of get into that is just to understand your life is not yours. I think it's in the book of James. He spells it with a U, if I'm not mistaken. This is James 4, and I just stretch to the point 14. It says, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor. It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live, and do this or that. So it has to be according to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? It's of His will, because He directs our steps, right? So you cannot be prideful and say, oh well, I've been in the truth, I've learned this, I've learned that, I know this, I know that. That's you boasting, You can't think too highly of yourself, because again, just as easily as the Lord brought you in, He could take you out, man. That's why you must be humble, right? You must be humble. This is Proverbs 11:2. It said, where pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. And you must be lowly, right? Because we're at a low estate. So how can you be boastful? How can you be prideful if we're at a low estate, man? Now, some brothers may have more than others, but at the end of the day, you just got the best of the worst. It's all vanity at the end of the day. The Lord just may have positioned you in a different place to see how you act, and you being prideful could be a lane for you to build up your own iniquities. You having these abundance of riches could be a lane for your iniquity to continue to build. He may be preserving you, right? So it's really just to check yourself and examine yourselves, as the scriptures say. And I keep saying yourselves, but me included, of course, right? We must not be prideful. We must examine ourselves, right? And these are just a couple of verses that I'm spitting off. So this is Ephesians 2:1, right? It says, and you hath He quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, right? So it's to, again, just reiterating the fact that it's Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai that brings us into this truth, right? You didn't do this thing of your own, right? Which is why that's why you must praise Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's why you must thank Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, so on and so forth. Because He's the one that brought you into this thing, man. You would have no chance if it weren't for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai choosing to bring you in, choosing to allow you to come in, man. But that's all I have on this. So Lord willing, it was a very short video, but Lord willing, edifying. So we're in this by giving all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect.